Yes, sir. L Blurred Americano TKO here. You know, we gotta fix the little title screen because we did have a made Spider Cam back, but not in the wrestling capacity. He's
Yes,
not ready.
yes. I was gonna say he was back on Round Table. He's not been cleared to return to Friday night here. Yeah,
Yeah, so
he got to finish out some sensitivity training. That nigga just be saying shit.
there's nothing wrong with that, brother.
Oh, you gotta learn how to say it right. You gotta learn. But he's
gotta
older.
learn nowadays.
Spider Cam is an older gentleman, and I think people forget that sometimes. And we got to give grace
that's
to our
true.
elders. We got to give grace to our elders sometimes.
So
brother.
wait, can I say nigga since I'm Dominican?
I don't know. I don't know. How? Okay, hold on. Were you born in the Dominican Republic or were you born here?
Are you trying to get ice on me? Oh, never mind.
I'm asking the question because if you weren't born here, then
we're getting too political here.
You can't say nigga if you weren't born here. Yo, you're not that kind of black.
Well, I'm Puerto Rican then, so you see this. Well, they got the 1 star. But here we have Afro Comedy 765.
So I guess
Jamel's here, and we got Rocks here from the Tick of the Talk. This is the part where you introduce these Negroes aren't media trained, so don't mind them. The 2 on the bottom is the 1 on the right is not. But you know, there's social cues, and this is where you jump in at. This is where you jump in at. But you know, other than that, the latest of IWC complaints is Jade Cargill is mid. You know why she's mid?
Why?
I mean, they're not okay. I don't know why they're saying she's mid, but low key, they're not wrong.
So she's mid because when she did the jaded finisher, the ref had to tap her foot to get her.
To get her foot out from under. I did see that though. I did see the foot. I did see the ref have to sort of zhuzh her foot out from under Roxanne's shoulders. So, I mean, it was noticeable. But that's not.
I didn't notice it until the end.
That's not why I think she's mid though.
Hey, we could have overall different reasons, but you know.
I think Jade, she has come along in the ring like a lot. I think.
She's come a long way from AEW.
Team with Bianca did her a lot of good, and I think she's definitely ready to get a shot at the top. As like,
I think she should have got an NXT run. Honestly, I think it would have done her a lot of good. I really do. I think an NXT run would have did her a lot of good. I mean, she's gotten a lot better than fucking when she was an AEW.
She's making way too much money for them to like justify. All right, we got it.
She is making a lot of money to be boxing.
Like that's the thing. Like one of my friends, he kept saying that for a while. Like she should add an NXT run, but for the level of star that Jade already was coming in, and for the money that she's making, they had no choice. It's like, all right, we got to put you on the main roster. It's like Ronda Rousey. She could have did with an NXT round.
Oh, she could have done with 100 rounds in NXT.
So listen, the issue is with Jade from AEW to WWE, right? So AEW, she was well protected with the limited amount of training she did have.
Yo, she was undefeated till the end, bro.
Also protected with protected with a faction, protected with a manager, protected by shorter matches, and protected by the fact that Chris Taylor kept getting injured. So that's the person they wanted to take the title off her. In WWE, we're just like, all right, you're going to shadow Bianca for about a year, and then now you got to go off on your own, get longer matches, learn to speak for yourself, and then get out of Bianca's shadow and start being your own person. That's the only difference where ranging is here.
But we've seen limited.
I think she'll get it together, but look, I can't help but feel like she could have used a little something else. I don't know what. Maybe, look, I understand, you can't be paying her that much and send her to NXT because then that sets a precedent to where the NXT talent thinks that they're worth less than the new shiny toy, and that's not good for morale all around. But god damn, she needs something because she is paying a lot and she does botch a little more frequently than I feel like we'd let slide for fucking somebody else that was a main roster talent.
All that is fair. So somebody noticed that Karrion Kross do not take back bumps.
I never noticed that, but it sounds like something.
Apparently, if you go to his main event match with I think Joaquin Wild, Joaquin Wilde, he doesn't take back bumps in the match. He always just lands on the shoulder. It was weird. I mean, I don't know.
He ain't trying to count the lights, brother.
I don't know. I mean, Miz took back bumps and he still wrestling.
Maybe it's something like maybe
look,
he's had like a bigger injury.
As a nigga who has taken multiple back bumps, it's not pleasant though. No diddy. It's back bumps aren't pleasant. There's no way to really prepare for it. You just have to try and land as flat as possible, and it still fucking hurts.
He just I saw the footage. He just doesn't do it
for long enough too.
I wish he'd shave his head.
Whoa, brother.
I'm just saying, fucking bald Karrion Kross is way cooler than fucking long-haired Karrion Kross. We understand it was a choice that you were bald. It wasn't out of necessity, but you can go back to being bald.
Jamel, you agree? You want the bald-headed Karrion Kross?
Tell the truth.
He had more
aura when he was bald, bro.
I honestly can take or leave him with hair, without hair. As long as he's got Scarlet, he's fine. So.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I low key, I hope that he does good because I've been thinking about it and I've been thinking about rematches.
I'm pulling for him to do well.
You know what? I would love an MLW rematch of fucking Killer Kross versus fucking Jacob Fatu, but Karrion Kross needs to be elevated a little bit before we can just throw him into a mid-card championship match, which is sort of sad to say.
He's on the PLE, brother.
He is, and that's a start. That's a start. If he wins this match with Sammy,
WrestleMania 40. And it's a good spot too to be in there with Sammy.
Yeah, because Sammy's, I mean, a veteran, one of the best to do it, and the only person in the world who knows where El Generico is.
Sammy can also take a loss. I think
Sammy's like Seth in that way. That like, if you take an L, we're not tripping too much over it. You could lose a match or two. It's going to be all right.
One more IWC complaint is Seth Rollins' fashion. It is saying his ass.
Oh, these niggas need to shut the fuck up. They just mad because they can't afford that shit, brother.
It's watering down Braun Breaker into a dog. Bronson Reed don't have a character. Seth just pulling strings and Paul Heyman's out of place. So that's more IWC complaints. I could have sworn.
I hate the IWC.
Wait a second. I could have sworn this group got together 2 years ago, right? Oh no! It was 2 months ago. Oh, so they're still trying to figure things out.
Yeah. You'd think that they had just gotten together. You know what I mean? You'd think they might have still been trying to find the rhythm as a group.
Oh, that's how.
You know what I mean? Maybe.
No, you're supposed to get it right
they also
there.
still add people too.
Yo, I'm still it's complete and total fan booking, but I'll say it just to put it into the universe some more. That they could use a big old black guy in that group. They could, and there just happens to be
to fix the problems.
There happens to be a big old black dude running around NXT right now with a fucking strap over his shoulder. No diddy.
Obafemi is not joining Seth Rollins.
Yo, he wants to be the leader of the future of wrestling. Obafemi is the future of wrestling.
They get Jasper Torrey. There you go.
I want you guys to keep on telling me that because I hope that we have another Paul Heyman, Seth Rollins situation. And then I'll get another couple of months talking shit. Never. I mean, you weren't even there for it, so I know you're just catching the residual. But Jamel, that nigga was there.
I don't even think I was there.
Oh, damn, you might have missed that show. Damn, then look, I'm just.
I wasn't there. Spider Cam was there. He had to hit the record button, but
Hello, truth.
No, you weren't there, Jamel. You agreed with that nigga that it was not likely to happen. I remember explicitly, sir.
Bruh.
Pay your debt, brother.
Yeah, I got to get that pound of flesh. No diddy. Depending on the time of the week.
You got 2 more weeks to use that. Then you got to move on.
Well, unless Obafemi shows up and joins Seth Rollins, and then I get like the rest of the year out of this shit. You gotta play the gimmicks to the utmost.
I'll grant you the rest of the year, most definitely.
If it's Obafemi, sure. I'm not even saying that it's not going to be Obafemi. I'm just saying I think Ricky Starks or Ethan Page would fit in too.
I think that either one of them could be a very. If we add in Ricky, we're still getting a good old freaking
Ricky.
Ricky is half black. We got to remember that. Shout out to my mulatto brethren in the
He
Mickey
is a
Saints.
mulatto.
He is.
All right. So other than that, speaking of Night of Champions, they did the kickoff. The Punkster came out there with heavy blues. He had to apologize.
He did.
And
he just wanted to shoot him.
Miz.
It's a Miz, brother. Saudi called us stag.
He personally shaked Muhammad's hand, and that was a person's name. His name was Muhammad.
Yes.
Ooh.
Hey.
I mean, hold on. You got to remember that Muhammad.
That's the footage, brother.
Muhammad is
he
like
shook Muhammad's hand and said, "I'm sorry."
There's actually more Muhammads on the planet Earth than fucking John. But we're gonna be completely honest.
That's a common name.
They're very common.
Yep. They didn't take
for
that.
a long time. It was the most common name.
How you feel about the Punkster coming out there apologizing and doing right by the Saudis?
Hey, get to the bag, brother. Get to the fucking bag.
Yeah, you can say fuck you to someone's government without saying fuck you to a people. So
yeah,
I think people do forget that, hey, it's regular ass people that are in these countries and they don't like getting shit talked about their countries either. The way that some Americans, depends on what it is. The way that Americans, it's like, hey,
World War III's inbound, brothers.
You insulted the shit out of us.
I love the algorithm of the CM Punk rage baiting videos. It's like, oh, this little kid tried to get CM Punk to sign his autograph,
and he shoot him away.
No, well, if you watched it, security actually separated them.
I was gonna say it was the security that did it, but like,
and then Punk still got the picture with the kid, according to sources. And then Punk at Fanatics, the guy was just like, "Oh, CM Punk didn't shake my hand. He just gave me a pound." Yeah, you germ-filled fucking subhuman. He's not gonna shake your fucking hand. Like, come on, like, be realistic. He's like, "Can you write best of the world on my belt?" It's like, no, brother. Like, keep the line moving, you fucking idiot. Like, Jesus Christ. I know you paid your X amount of dollars from your job to be there with your fucking commemorative belt, but come on, follow the rules, brother. It's okay. There's nothing wrong with it. It is what it ain't.
Yep.
Niggas trying to make
a
don't hero moment.
You want the clips, brother. You gotta sensationalize it.
Oh yeah, I forgot. But Night of fucking Champions, and also the IWC complaining that Night of Champions only has 2 championship matches. Shut up. Who gives a fuck?
Oh my god.
What is Night of Champions?
There you go.
I was going to say there are multiple.
There's plural. And if you think about it, the king and queen of the ring, those crowns, those are something that's being fought for. So, yeah, shut up.
Shut up. Nobody gives a fuck, brother.
Yes, shut up, man.
It's only 2 matches on there. Yeah, and Roman didn't finish title 2023. Who gives a fuck?
I feel like that's false advertising.
Oh, no. Oh, dear. Hey, Afro, pop quiz, hot shot, because I'm not going to ask Jamel because he probably knows. Before 2023, when was the last Night of Champions? Because people say, "Oh, Vince, you eventually should put all the titles on the line for Night." That's incorrect too.
It was probably like it might have been pre-pandemic. Honestly, I think it was.
It was pre-pandemic.
It was pre-pandemic.
I'm pretty sure it was pre-pandemic. I think maybe like 2017, 2018, somewhere.
I was just about to say 2017.
The last Night of Champions before 2023 was 2015.
Wow.
Even
So
longer.
Also wasn't on 2015 Night of Champions. All the titles were not defended on there. Just letting you know.
No.
Wow.
It is what it is. IWC, do your homework. Well, I might as well get out of the way. Sami Zayn carrying Cross.
I think, like I said, I think low-key this is going to be match of the night, honestly. I really do. I believe that.
No back bump McGee versus Sammy Hogan.
Yo, don't do that.
No back bump McGee is
fucking
crazy.
Diabolical.
They called him that, not I.
Sammy Hogan.
I call him no back bump McGee. They call it Sammy Zayn and Sammy Hogan, yeah.
Everybody, that's the
why is he
laziest
getting the
insult.
Hogan comparison? comparison. Did he
Becky
drop an
Hogan,
M-bomb? And I wasn't
Charlotte Hogan, Roman Hogan. Like, shut up.
Yeah,
Roman
everybody,
Hogan
yeah.
is crazy.
Becky Hogan was the only one that actually low-key slapped.
Well,
Becky
it's Sasha
Hogan is
Hogan
like-
now.
And it didn't even
obviously.
apply, which is crazy. There's Mercedes Hogan currently in AEW.
Yeah. Hey,
I'm
shout out to
full-
Mercedes for using her pull in AEW to get her new boyfriend at the fucking main event matches.
Two
Yo,
main events.
Good job.
yo I love
Who's her
blatant
boyfriend?
nepotism in wrestling.
The Beast
The
Mortal.
love it.
Mortos.
The Beast Mortos, brother. And now you got this.
Wow.
You know, he
So wait a
looks an
second.
awful lot like
She used her creative control to get Beast Mortal the main event with Hangman Page for no reason.
none at all. No fucking reason other than he's piping down fucking Mercedes Monet.
Giving her that beast.
Yo, I was gonna say he's dropping off that Minotaur cock and they got him 2 main events, brother.
Minotaur cock is fucking crazy.
Mercedes Hogan and
What?
Hey,
I'm pulling the carrying cross.
Okay, Blur with the special effects.
I'm pulling for it.
I low key,
Honestly, I don't give a fuck who wins. Have at it.
I'm going with carrying cross.
yeah. It's
Either or.
and like I
whoever
said,
wins,
I
fuck
love
it.
the little backstage shit they've been doing with Karrion Kross this year.
Americana,
you actually have to be
either
paid.
one.
If you're not
Somebody
paying
will win, I don't
attention, you miss it. Like you wouldn't realize what he's like. But hell, me and Senor El Grande, I almost called you El Grande Americano. You're too dark for that. Me and Sir El Blurred Americano, we were just talking about it, yo. Fucking Karrion Kross has got a fucking perfect record of turning niggas heel, brother. He brings out the evil. That nigga's the dark side of the Force incarnate, brother. He brings out the worst in everybody.
You're right, bro. I ain't even think about that.
Every nigga that he has interacted with in the last year has.
So we're gonna get heel Sammy maybe. So
and I love that. I'm always a fan of heel Sammy. He's gonna put the camo pants back on and fucking he's gonna wear that stupid little ska hat again, and he's gonna.
oh god, so he's gonna be irrelevant again. My fault.
Hey, yo, Afro, you right, bro, because they
He
foreshadowed
doesn't
that.
have a bloodline to join up.
They foreshadowed that. So you're right, Afro. They foreshadowed it when Jay was up there. And remember, Sammy took that pause,
Yeah.
and everybody was like, "Is it gonna happen?"
Like I said, Karrion Kross, brother, he's got a perfect score turning niggas to the dark side.
The next matchup, Rhea Ripley versus Big Mama.
Oh,
Right.
Big
Raquel
Mommy
Rodriguez.
Cool versus Big Mommy Cool versus Mommy. It's a mommy match,
Tiara
brother.
Raquel.
Battle of the
Mommy
Mommies.
Yep, the battle of the mommies.
This is a street fight. So
Oh, it's a street fight.
Yeah, it's a street
Yeah.
fight.
Raquel needs to perform well in this, even if she don't win, which she's not. She needs to perform well in this because
Agreed.
Yeah, she has been looking
This is a shot.
shaky lately. She's had some
Like,
iffy matches.
I remember, like, I saw the other day on the internet, like, the picture after WrestleMania, that WrestleMania 37 weekend when Raquel was NXT Women's Champion. Rhea Ripley won the Raw Women's title, and Bianca won the SmackDown Women's title. It was just like they were all being positioned as being on, like, the same level. And look at how
The trajectory has
Bianca
changed
and
substantially.
Rhea have, like, fucking gone ahead of Raquel. And it's, honestly, I think it's a combo of her staying in NXT maybe just a little too long, but also
Well, also she
She
had
got-
all that time off with her little skin allergy
No,
situation.
I'm talking about building up over the last couple of years because then she got called up and she was just generic smiling ass baby face.
Yeah, that's Vince's
Yeah.
fault, though. That's
And
Vince's fault.
That lasted into when Triple H was running it, and then once she like joined the Judgment Day, that's when she showed some personality. But it's been rough for her.
Yeah, but hell,
She-
think about how long she was gone before she did. Like,
My
with
nigga,
the
you gotta
little skin
swim.
dealio she had, she was out for almost a whole year, I feel like, damn near.
She was out. She got it around. It was Elimination Chamber last year. She was out for pretty much for a good
All of
portion of the year.
2024.
She came back in time for Women's War Games. Yep, she
Yeah.
came back in time for War Games.
I think it's a good time for her to win this match at the very least.
Yeah, Rhea can.
Well, I don't think a loss would hurt Rhea, so Raquel could.
Yeah.
No.
Mommy's over, and that's just,
especially if Roxanne interferes. Then
especially with like Sammy, he can take a loss at this point, and so can Rhea.
Like I said last week, we're gearing up for Roxanne is going to do to Liv exactly what Liv did to Rhea. We've been lining up the dominoes for a second. It's happening.
So yeah, Raquel.
I can see Raquel with the win with Raquel with Roxanne interference.
Yeah,
Rocks, brother. The
I
double
wouldn't be
Rox.
shocked if Rhea won though.
The first of two title matches. Jacob Fatu, Solo Sikoa.
Solo taking this L, brother.
I think Solo gonna win because they're going.
Oh, I hope.
I got a
Oh God.
I think Solo's gonna win too, thanks to JC Mateo.
I'm not mad if Solo wins.
Because you can always have.
I'm not
Jacob
mad at it,
back.
but I just feel like it puts the U.S. title in a very weird place. What do you do with U.S. champion Solo?
Hot potato.
There's not as much moving.
Hot potato.
Win it back at SummerSlam. That way, Jacob gets another big PLE moment, and Solo.
That would be low key fire, but that's very.
You get something too.
That's very utilitarianistic of them. They're utilizing
that's
the
they
tool
did last year with the Intercontinental Championship.
So
that is true. You know what? He's not wrong. I didn't even think about that. That's exactly what they did.
Let's just say Solo wins. Do we get Big Jim in the title picture also? Somewhat?
Possibly. A Samoan triple threat at SummerSlam for the U.S.
Right.
title?
Not a Samoan triple threat.
Yeah,
it's got to be. Look, if that's the case, then it's got to be a fucking tribal combat, brother.
Like I got a feeling.
It's got to be tribal combat.
Hikuleo could debut and help out Solo too.
Oh, that's true. Hikuleo is still winning the wings. That giant ass Samoan, not Samoan, Tongan. There is a difference. He's Tongan, not Samoan. But
where's Tongan from?
I just hope he's got from. Because Hikuleo is like the quintessential like guy that's just there because he's big, low key.
He can be.
So hopefully they've taken the time to help him sort of sharpen those tools a little bit.
I'm not gonna lie to you.
His New Japan run did not inspire confidence. I'm not gonna lie. And y'all know I'm a New Japan Negro. I love New Japan.
Maybe WWE thinks they can like iron out the deficiencies in this game.
I mean,
maybe that's why.
Regardless of what we say, WWE does do big men the best. All Diddy. You know, Vince is out there naming dildos after him, so all Diddy on that one. But they do name the big men the best. What other recent wrestling promotion has used big men to the extent that freaking WWE does and actually gotten them over? Sure isn't AEW. You could maybe make an argument for TNA, but low-key TNA is just slowly becoming a WWE feeder system. New Japan, I mean, come on. They're Japanese, and we just talked about it. Hikuleo's run in New Japan didn't exactly inspire confidence. So
there's also there's also Lance Anoa'i, because he's also signed with WWE, and he's also.
I didn't know that. Did they sign Lance? Then they should.
Yeah,
they should have just signed the whole New Age Samoan SWAT team.
They signed him, and like there was the image of him and Shawn Michaels at NXT at the PC taking pictures. So yeah, he's signed. It's just he hasn't debuted yet.
Hmm.
We got backup Samoans for Solo, so yeah.
I don't know. I just don't see what you do with it. If Solo does win, I don't know what story.
He's not going to have a long run. He won't have a long
if he does it, it's going to feel really transitional.
Which
he's going to be a tranny champ, brother. If that's the case, he'll be a tranny champ.
Tranny champ is crazy. All right, moving on to the Jade Cargill, Asuka, Queen of Ring Finals.
Look, if Jade is not on her A game, she is going to look horrendous next to Asuka.
This is Goldberg and William Regal all over again.
Brother. I was about to say, you got one technical wizard in there, and then you got somebody that's got a great look and still getting it together in the ring.
Even Asuka being a hobbled technical wizard is enough.
Yeah, Asuka with one leg is still one of the best female wrestlers in the world.
And honestly, Asuka isn't gonna be an asshole. Like Asuka's gonna do her best to make Jade look good.
Hey, and she had cornrows tonight on SmackDown, brother. She was looking, she was ready. She had half her hair in cornrows. She had the crazy little black vein eye makeup going. Very fucking.
This match is very interesting because I believe still both of them are going to SummerSlam to face their respective opponents. If Jade wins, she's going to face Tiffy at SummerSlam, and I think Naomi's finally going to cash in or attempt to cash in. If Asuka wins, she's going to face Io, but if the other person loses, it's still going to face the same person. So,
yeah, they can always make a way for Io.
I think if Jade tries, this has potential because Asuka's one of those wrestlers that can wrestle a broom and make it look good. So as long as Jade's willing to put in the effort, she could get carried to a really good match tomorrow.
Sure can. I agree.
But, Queen
Apple Man ain't said a lot yet.
Queen
the
Jade
Empress of Tomorrow, brother.
I think Jade's winning tomorrow. I think she's gonna. This is gonna be the best that she's ever looked in the ring too.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be her best match. I really do.
Yeah, I agree. I think Jade will win just for cosmetic purposes. So, and they say she has a win against Asuka.
Yeah.
They're
really aren't. There aren't a whole lot of people that say they got a dub over the Empress of Tomorrow.
Don't get me wrong; it doesn't change their trajectory at all. It just change who wears a crown or not. That's all.
Yeah. Who's gonna get to put on the sparkly silver crown at the end of it all?
Now this one changes a lot. Cody versus Randy, a match everybody wanted to see.
We're getting Codelander, brother.
Cody's winning, obviously, right? So
yeah. Cody's winning. It's just whether he's gonna be evil as fuck when he does it or not.
Hey, real quick, can I ask a question?
Sure.
I feel like Randy taking all these losses is just not cool. Like, I get it, he got to put people over, but he's taking losses since the Gunther match, probably before that.
But you gotta remember, Randy Orton is a first ballot Hall of Famer.
That's true.
This man is a first ballot Hall of Famer.
I believe the streak is continuing. Randy not winning a PLE match since his return.
No, he won at WrestleMania.
Right. Oh, he won at WrestleMania. Whatever.
Joe Hendry.
But that
count. But
I don't know if that counts like that.
No, I does. Don't do that. Joe Hendry was
the win, brother.
World champion.
Yeah.
To me, I wasn't a fan of that shit. That was some bullshit.
I enjoyed it. I thought it was really look. It can't all be serious, overbooked story shit. Sometimes you need a little bit of levity.
The Kevin Owens injury
of WrestleMania,
that really did though.
And I feel like Joe Hendry was that perfect dose of levity to cut through the tension. It was a good. It brought everybody back down so they could bring it back up in the later half.
It left a good moment. This is a good fun moment for WrestleMania. So, this one Cody's winning and facing Cena at SummerSlam, obviously. So we know Punk's not winning tomorrow.
It's gonna be a hell of a match, though.
Yeah,
a lot of drama.
Well, the real question is, where does Randy go from here?
Wherever he wants, low key. He's Randy Orton. He can fill any position. You want to put a belt on him, you can. You just want him to fucking zhuzh up the mid card with some amazing matches.
Ooh, I do. You know what? I'll save it for the end.
NXT run.
I'll save it for the end.
Yo, low key. I know you're saying
that would be fire.
That could be fire, though.
That would be fire.
I'm
no, that would be fire.
Randy Orton in NXT run, or
yes. He doesn't need one.
He doesn't need
just
one,
to do it. The NXT runs when you're really on the decline with the fans.
So listen.
And Randy's not that.
I was having a hard time.
You guys hear the way sang his song on SmackDown tonight, yo. That nigga's still.
Well, Randy's over it, you know.
Yeah.
But I had a hard time thinking about this earlier. Like 10 people that's like big, that's bigger than the title. Randy's obviously one, but you know he's one. But
Seth is another one.
Nah.
Nigga, you're not gonna the first ever NXT champion.
I don't care.
Also, a nigga that won Wrestler of the Year with a 67% loss rate.
To get
that
you
year,
keep saying that doesn't validate him being bigger than the title. He needs the championship to validate him.
I don't think he does. I really don't.
I'm not getting it from Seth Rollins. He's bigger than the championship.
Well, I am.
That's fair. But the final match.
The Never Seen 17 versus the best in the world, brother. The greatest of all time faces the best in the world.
Well, you know, Cena's winning by hook or by crook.
Yeah, Cena's winning.
Oh yeah, he's gonna cheat. He's gonna cheat his ass off. He's gonna
I think Seth is gonna come out. He's not gonna cash in, but he's gonna make it. He's gonna disqualify everything. So they have to have a rematch, basically.
It definitely would be it would be a very Seth thing to come out with the briefcase to add the mind games to it.
Yes, don't cash it in, but let them know that you could cash it in, and it also allows for CM Punk Cena to maybe happen again if he may. You know what I mean? Because you don't want this to be the only time for that to happen. Like I'm just saying, me.
I don't
know. Because you gotta think, it'd be one thing if it wasn't somebody that John Cena had a super long history with, but he got a super long history with.
Hold on,
CM
that's Cena's greatest match, arguably.
Yeah, I agree.
2011. That's why I felt like
John Cena is probably Cena's best match.
It's
definitely
in June, brother. So maybe
for sure. But I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying.
All right, let's go around real quick. I'm gonna name probably 10 superstars. If I get to 15, I get to 15 maybe. Were they big in their prime? Were they bigger than the title?
Okay.
Let's start with Stone Cold.
Sure. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. The Undertaker.
Yeah.
Yes. Because the urn was bigger.
I was just about to say
Triple H.
Paul Bearer.
Not quite. Almost, but not quite.
I mean, now he's bigger than the title.
Yes, well, of course.
But like he's spent a lot of
in his prime.
In his prime, I think he spent too much time searching for the title for us to say that he was bigger than it. I think he was constantly on the hunt for gold.
Exactly.
But I feel like that sort of takes away from him being bigger than the gold because he was always looking for it.
Shawn Michaels.
hold. Listen to his name, the Cerebral Assassin. That means you're going after something. So, like, I'm just saying, the game. All right, you say HBK? Yes.
In his prime, yeah.
I'm talking. No, I personally think.
Actually, no. No, I take that. I don't know. I don't think.
Wait, what do you consider his prime?
Hold on, here we go. Can I? Let me explain. Let me explain.
In my opinion, his prime is his second run. After he lost the smile.
Hold on. Yeah. Let me explain. What title was on the line? WrestleMania 25. What title was on the line? Kurt Angle, HBK at WrestleMania. What title was on the line? John Cena, HBK.
Undertaker.
I'm just saying.
Undertaker versus Shawn Michaels is the greatest wrestling match of all time.
Yes. And there was no title on the line.
That's
so
true.
There was no HBK definitely, yes, he was bigger than the title. Yes,
the
hands
second
down.
Run. I thought you were talking about his time being in
the second run. Yes, I think
it was his second one. Yes, having a match with HBK was equivalent to having a title match.
I'll admit that. Like HBK at every WrestleMania that he was on from his return. So from
you don't get the name Mr. WrestleMania.
He had the best match on every card, including
every card
match that he had with Vince McMahon, which that's like, all right, that's the certified. Because like I got a good 4.5 5-star match out of Vince.
So
I mean, Austin had a pretty good match.
Here's a tricky one. The Rock.
Yeah.
Yes. Oh yes. Oh yes. Oh yes. And I think that his Hollywood ascension played a part of it. I'm not saying it was the only part, but it definitely did play a part of it.
It rocks a yes and Brock Lesnar.
Yes, of course. Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah, a second run,
Yes.
especially. Second run. If it
Oh,
was
right.
his
Yeah,
first run,
second run.
Yeah, after he came back with the UFC,
Yes,
yeah, he was bigger
I
than the
agree.
belt.
Then we cooking
All right,
right now, yo.
So now, Roman Reigns.
Yes.
Yeah, now he is.
Yes.
Now
Yes, the
he
Ula
is.
Fala. The
He's
Ula
in his
Fala.
prime.
I was
All
gonna
right,
say
so
that damn
now-
necklace, the
so
damn
now-
beads were worth more than the belt, bro.
So now, Cody Rhodes.
No,
Not yet. No.
not yet.
No. He can, but he has to. No.
This
I
nigga's
was-
whole
Cody's on
story.
his way.
This nigga's whole run was predicated on finishing his story and winning the
Yeah.
gold.
We did
Exactly.
now,
He's
so-
on his way, but not yet.
All right, so now Seth Rollins.
Yeah,
Nah. Seth is
Hold on,
I'll
hold
stand
on.
on the
Triple
hill.
H.
Let's talk this one. Let's talk this one out. Can you reason, Afro? Because I
Okay.
can't make a decision.
If we're talking about being bigger than the belt, then I feel like accolades have to go in it. And we have to acknowledge Seth Rollins is one of the most decorated champions we've had in decades. As far as his run, and he's also been the consummate fucking company man, which isn't always a good thing. But listen, this nigga, whether it was fucking Money in the Bank where he pulled the heist of the century, like I said, the first ever NXT champion, fucking the whole everything with fucking thing. We didn't even give it a whole bunch of guff when he lost the fucking belt to Drew McIntyre, and then Drew McIntyre lost the belt afterwards. Fucking like Seth Rollins doesn't have to be chasing a champ. He doesn't have to be chasing a championship for fucking him to come out to fucking adulation and amazing.
It wasn't the best argument, but it was an argument.
I would say no. I would say
like I said,
no.
I just don't have to agree with me at all.
Yeah. No, I agree.
For
I'm
me,
sorry.
I think Seth is he's below that level. Like it's a lot of how I feel about Triple H, where it's like if I can't definitively say you are unquestioned the man, it's a lot of guys I don't feel are like at that bigger than the belt level. Like, and The Rock at a point you could feel he was unquestioned the man. Stone Cold you could. John Cena you can. You can't really do that for like CM Punk. I think he can be an equal level of the belt, but not bigger than the belt. Like,
Can I add something real quick? What's the first thing you think about when you think of Seth Rollins? Heist of the century.
Well, yeah. Me, I always think about that initial NXT championship match, but that's just my little fucking super fan brain.
So
I'm like, this nigga was the first ever NXT champion, brother. The first one.
Yeah, he was.
It means nothing to us.
I would say. I mean, no. NXT mean a lot.
You better show Finn that same grace when
So-
he's the first Universal Champion. Show him that same grace.
So I would say
Finn
Seth
Balor
Rollins.
was the first
No,
Universal champion. Goddamn it.
Not Finn Balor.
Finn Balor.
was the first.
We're not showing him
No.
the same
Win the
grace.
match or not? Look.
No.
Well, yes, did he relinquish it the next night? Yes, but
But
he
that's
won
'cause
the
he got
fucking
hurt.
match. Let's not do that. That's bullshit.
I mean, but we wouldn't say that he's bigger than the belt.
No, I wouldn't say.
No, we wouldn't say
Balor.
Finn's bigger than the belt. Finn needs a belt, goddammit. He is the father
What
of the
about
Bullet Club.
what about Seth Rollins?
Well, we said Seth already, right?
Yeah, we
Yeah,
You
we
didn't give me a
already
reason
got
for Seth Rollins. That's what I'm asking you.
I'm saying no. Because, like I said, when I think of Seth Rollins, I think of heist of the century. When I think of Seth Rollins, I think of that chair shot. And that chair shot was to position himself for the title.
Yeah, but you gotta think about the impact of the chair shot. Fucking, you gotta think that shit. We're still paying that shit off today. It's been 10
That's
years.
true.
Listen, the chair
If
shot.
that's not bigger than the belt, I don't know what it is.
Listen, the chair shot is the best thing that ever happened to the Shield. The
That's a
Shield's
fair
kind of
argument.
overrated.
That's a fair argument for you to say, Afro. That's a fair one. I'll give you that one. I still can't lean into it, but that's a very good argument.
I still say Seth's like a level below.
Yeah, he's
I can
right
understand.
there.
The cusp is the cusp. What can you do?
Like I said, for me, it's like he's at that same level that a Triple H is at.
Yeah, he's right. Yeah. Now, if he surpassed Triple H,
Look,
then
we
start.
can
Has he
always
surpassed
Yeah.
Triple H?
we can revisit this after the storyline plays out and see how we feel about it.
Yeah,
I feel
perfect.
like that. I feel like we're on like this storyline could be his bloodline moment, Loki.
Yes.
If they play it right.
Well,
You're
it's already
right.
Team Bloodline, so
If they
Wrong
play
there.
it right, it could be.
But yeah,
Team
Night of
Bloodline.
Champions, Saturday, 1 p.m. African Continent 765. You did casual conversation. What you speak of?
We spent an ungodly amount of time last night talking about fucking B Simone for some reason. I also had a crazy rant about fucking people saying we're going back to the Middle East for
So
World
we
War
never
III when
left.
we have not left the Middle East.
We never
The
left.
United States has had a military installation in the Middle East since 1942. We have consistently had a military presence in the Middle East.
Yeah.
I
We've
sold
never-
myself short last week. It was like, we've been stepping on their necks since 91 in Desert Storm.
Yeah.
No, we've literally been there consistently through the
We've
war.
never left anywhere.
Please
we
stop
went.
saying we're going back to the Middle East. We've never fucking left.
Right.
And,
Agreed.
It
We
was
never
a very
left Vietnam. We never left anywhere.
So we talked about that. We obviously the Diddy trial comes to an end. The defense rests today, I do believe. So we'll get rulings next week, and we'll obviously talk about that then. But yeah, it was a pretty standard casual convo outside of the fucking hour-long talk about B Simone. But yeah,
An hour on
casual
B Simone.
conversation.
Just-
The merch drops July 4th, yo, on fucking the 99shop.myspreadshop.com, yo.
I need to
Okay,
come on.
what-
I need to
So
watch
what's
this
the
show,
shit?
man.
What's
Some
the
dope
shit
hoodies,
involving
yo.
B Simone?
Get a
I don't.
bucket hat
I've
or
been
something.
seeing that online. What the hell happened with her?
It's her. It's because of her being a bad best friend. That's all. Nothing crazy.
Yeah, I was gonna say. But yo, people are going dumb over that. And like, I feel like if you look at the interview in its entirety, she is definitely playing some shit up because she knew this was gonna go viral. I feel like, because like,
I feel though, brother, we don't care.
this bitch trying to be like, I couldn't even shop at Bloomingdale's. I had to turn around and go to H&M.
We gotta go to
Like, bitch,
H&M,
if you
brother.
don't shut the fuck up.
Oh, that's yeah.
I'm never gonna be in the business of having empathy for fucking millionaires, brother.
And don't
It's just
forget,
not-
I hear that.
tonight, Truth. I think tonight or tomorrow, he's doing his match for match. It's
Tomorrow. I mean, it could be tonight.
Oh, tonight is going to be Seth Rollins, or tomorrow it's going to be Brock Lesnar. Not Brock, sorry.
No, not Brock.
Bret Hart versus Seth Rollins. So that's out of 3.
Ooh.
Jamel,
I mean, I'm
Are you
glad
doing
that
your-
Cam won't be there for that.
are you done your
Hopefully-
SummerSlam review?
Yes, we're up to. I'm watching SummerSlam 1998 as we speak, so that'll be up. 97 and
Ooh.
96 have been there. They're in the pocket.
Wait.
Bret Hart. Yeah.
You
What's
said
up?
SummerSlam 97, 98?
97. I've already got my review up in 96.
What did you think of that first match?
For which SummerSlam? 1998.
SummerSlam 97.
Mankind versus.
Oh,
Triple H
yeah.
Cage match.
Sleeper.
Great match.
Great
That is a great
match. Yes.
And it highlights how long the Mick Foley Triple H feud been going on too.
Bruh,
Like,
them niggas fought forever.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like,
And
I
it shows
didn't-
how great Mick Foley is. He makes
Oh,
everybody
look.
look good.
Niggas will not disrespect fucking Cactus Jack when I'm around. Fuck Travis Scott. That nigga's not Cactus Jack.
Yeah, thank you.
But
And
niggas are not.
just
niggas will
really
not
quickly, let me
disrespect
drop
the
a couple
greatness
of,
that is Jack Foley. That nigga is different.
Just some observations that I have had from these first few SummerSlams. One, Bret Hart has been the MVP because for a good chunk of them, he's had the best match on them, including the
Oh, yeah.
Bulldog match where he drug a great match out of a dude who was on the crack edge. And then the
On
cage,
crack.
I was about to say that nigga was
the cage
definitely
match
on
with
there.
Owen, the Heart and Soul match with Undertaker at 97. Like Bret's got.
Don't forget the Mr. Perfect match in 91.
Damn.
Those are,
That's a
he's had the
classic.
best match He's had the best.
That might be
match
Mr.
on
Perfect's best match, low-key.
That's Mr.
virtually
Perfect's
every
best rivalry. I think that they are soulmates. I think Bret Hart
without
and
a
Mr.
doubt,
Perfect,
it's the best rivalry.
them two produce great matches no matter where they are. They don't have a bad match. I don't care if it's Kurt Hennig versus Bret Hart. It's a great match. I can promise you that.
Yeah, if only Kurt
I halfway want to rush
passed
through
his talent down to
because I
his
want to get to
son.
2005. I'm really wanting to get to 2005 because it's got that Shawn Michaels Hulk Hogan match. It's got Dom Mysterio,
that's
the
just
custody of Dom
hilarious.
Mysterio in the lap. I can't wait to get to that one and revisit.
Yeah, the custody of Dom on a pole, brother.
When he releases them, go preview them on his new
sir.
channel.
Cinnamon
Suplex.
suplexes, brother. Cinnamon
Plug it.
suplexes.
Plug it.
Follow
And
me
also,
on TikTok at Cinnamon Suplexes. Follow me on TikTok as well.
And don't forget, brother, new hot take. 2011 Randy Orton's better than 09 Randy Orton. I'm just throwing it out there.
Yo, they sold me yesterday, Bird.
I don't know who sold you.
Damn.
They go
I thought
for wrestling.
listen, I thought slavery was over, brother.
You look like a good Negro. I'll buy you.
Oh, not dark roast the luchador.
No, I'm not buying anybody. That's what they normally say on TikTok when they do that.
Yo,
We'll see what's going on. Don't forget tomorrow 1 p.m. Night of Champions. Night of those championships.
It's gonna be afternoon of champions here in the US.
Afternoon of champions in the U.S., brother.
It's gonna be morning of champions on the West Coast. That shit's at like 10 a.m.
Morning of champions is crazy.
They go way more to get champions, dope.
Well, I'm just saying it starts at 10 a.m. on the West Coast.
That's dope, bro.
Don't forget, next one, we'll talk about how allegedly WWE hired Samoans to act as black characters, but we'll say that for another day.
I mean, look, niggas didn't know. Look, I just want to say, niggas didn't know Rikishi was Samoan for a long time, bro.
Well, or Yoko, but that's another.
Yeah, that's true. Niggas thought Yoko was Japanese, which is crazy.